For the first time during the long legal reckoning over the opioid crisis, members of the Sackler family who own Purdue Pharma heard directly from people who say their company's main product, Oxycontin, wrecked their lives. David Sackler, Richard Sackler and Theresa Sackler listened and watched during the roughly 2-hour-long hearing as people described surviving addiction and spoke of losing loved ones to the epidemic. The Sacklers spoke briefly to confirm their presence, but did not respond to the testimony. "You created so much loss for so many people," said Kay Scarpone, whose son Joe Scarpone, a retired Marine, died of an opioid overdose. "I'm not sure how you live every day. I hope you ask for God's forgiveness for your actions. May God have mercy on your souls," Scarpone said. Many of the people who testified held up photographs of dead loved ones. "As a physician and a mother, I have been consumed with grief," said Dr. Kimberly Blake, whose son Sean died of an opioid overdose. "In 2020, I was hospitalized with depression because I couldn't face another Mother's Day without." Roughly 500,000 people in the U.S. have died from opioid overdoses since the opioid crisis began in 1999, including prescription painkillers and street drugs such as heroin and illicit fentanyl, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The virtual hearing was held in federal bankruptcy court at the request of the mediator who hashed out a deal with members of the Sackler family, who were expected to pay roughly $6 billion in exchange for immunity from future opioid lawsuits. Judge Robert Drain, who presided over the hearing from his courtroom in White Plains, NY, noted that the Sacklers agreed voluntarily to take part. This was the first and only formal opportunity during Purdue Pharma's lengthy bankruptcy proceeding for victims to address the company's owners directly. Drain cautioned this wasn't an evidentiary hearing where personal statements should be taken as fact. He also urged those taking part to avoid creating a denunciation rally. But at times, the statements directed at members of the Sackler family were searing. "I am not a vindictive person, but what you did is criminal," said Stephanie Lubinski, who lost her husband to an overdose. "You made an insane amount of money off our family, more money than you could ever spend." Holding up her husband's photograph, she said, "You will know his name, Alan Lubinksi." David and Theresa Sackler could be seen on screen during the Zoom session, showing no visible emotion or expression. Richard Sackler was not in view. Drain has signaled that he expects to approve this bankruptcy deal, after 9 states dropped their opposition. If that happens, the Sacklers will emerge with a clean legal slate, achieving what their attorneys have described as global peace from any liability for the opioid crisis.